on the air.
Ah, great.
Hello, we are on the air. Welcome to North Shore Live, Cooper's Corner. This is Wednesday, the 21st of August, and the kids are back at school.
Yes, they are.
I don't know, hooray, hooray. I don't know if you can say that or not, but education's very good. They need it. We all need it. We all could use it, and it's perpetual. It never goes out of style. Learning never goes out of style. And so this evening, I have a good education program for you. We have a very fine gentleman that has beautiful music. Maybe you could hear him strumming in the background a little bit. Oh, do you hear that? Sounds beautiful. This is Matt Cantlon, and he is from Aloha City Ukes, and he's going to talk all about the ukulele. And that music, I thought it was a violin at first. Yeah. It sounds beautiful.
It really is. The ukulele is an amazing instrument, and it's come a long way since the olden days. Yes.
Olden, yeah. Well, you talk about olden, I can hear
I'm
that.
not saying that you're old. I'm just saying from the olden days when people didn't think they sounded good.
No, well, you know, those are things that you got like from a carnival. Remember the carnivals and stuff like that.
There's a lot of toy ukuleles out there.
And I'm not talking about the little cranky thing, the ones that you just strum, but it had like a fish wire or fish, you know, that you could strum on there. Not wire to play a melody. Mm-hmm. So did I introduce you? We just got so...
I'm sorry, I just jumped in.
Matt Catlin, welcome.
Hi,
welcome to the
thanks
program.
for having me.
My pleasure.
Aloha, everybody.
Aloha. Wonderful. The music is wonderful.
Thank you.
And are you originally from Hawaii?
I am not. I'm from Park Ridge.
Well, that's not anywhere close to
Not
Hawaii.
even close, but I moved to Hawaii when I was 21 years old.
Oh, what a good time.
Got tired of the cold, so me and my buddy Tiny decided we're going to Hawaii.
Smart.
Went to Hawaii, went to culinary art school, actually.
Wonderful.
Wanted to be a chef back in the day.
Great.
And completed that, but I never worked as a chef, though. I got more into the management part of it, so I was in hotel and restaurant management.
Well, but you know what the food has to look like and taste like.
Absolutely.
That's better yet.
I wanted to work with the people, not be stuck in the kitchen, is what I realized.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Well, I wore this, you know.
I love it.
This is from the original place, and it's like 50 years old, a little more. Yeah. My husband is a Shriner, and the potentate at that time. Took everybody on United Airlines. I think he was president at the time. Okay. And took everybody, all the Shriners, and off we went to Hawaii.
Wow. What year was that?
A
couple years ago?
Just a couple years ago.
Right.
It was wonderful.
Nice.
Never forgot it. Yeah. Never will forget it. Yeah. And we were on the main island, and you could see Mauna Loa. Yeah. And it was just, I got goosebumps just even thinking.
It's a magical place.
It
has a special feel. It is paradise.
It's paradise. Yeah. You know, when they went looking for Shangri-La, they were going the wrong direction. Right. They should have gone the other way.
You're right.
Beautiful.
Amazing place.
It is paradise, and we went to the Black Sand Beach.
Oh yeah.
That's the volcano things,
yes.
And we saw. I mean, we went on the Wiki bus, and we.
Right.
It was wonderful. I would like to go back again. Yeah. Maybe for an anniversary, it would be nice.
Yeah, I moved out there when I was 21. Me and my friend Tiny moved out there. I met my wife out there.
Oh, nice.
She had just relocated from the Bronx.
Oh, good grief.
She's Korean.
Oh, but cold weather, the Bronx gets cold weather too.
If you can imagine a tall, beautiful Korean girl with a thick Bronx accent.
Oh, wow.
That's what I met in Hawaii. And I went, oh my goodness, what are you? I've never seen anything like this. I was smitten instantly. Sure. And fortunately, my wife's mom still lives there.
Oh, nice.
So, needless to say, we go visit her as often as possible. Wow. There's worse places your mother-in-law can live.
Yeah, for sure. But where in Hawaii? On the main island? Or?
Yeah, on Oahu, right outside of Waikiki.
Wow, yeah.
That's where I lived, in a town called Makiki. That's where she lives now as well.
So how long were you there? At 21 you were there?
I was there. I moved out there when I was 21. I stayed there about 3 years. And the cost of living is very high in Hawaii.
Very.
And we were young at the time and just weren't able to save any money. And so all my friends and family were here. So we came back here. Realized it was cold.
Hello, again.
Right. You forget about it when you get away from it a little while.
Once a year it gets cold.
Right. So we came back, spent a few years here, and then we went out to Arizona for a year.
Yeah.
Seeking warm weather. Didn't love it there.
You're landlocked there, babe. You're landlocked.
Yeah, we didn't love it there. So we came back here, and here we are.
The Pacific is, but those Pacific winds are perpetual. I mean, excuse my hair day. This is I must tell you that my hair was done up very nicely until I walked outside.
It's not pretty out today.
And
pretty rainy.
The rain and the humidity did a number on me that I wouldn't do on anybody. So this is how it presents. But the winds.
The trade winds in Hawaii.
That's perpetual.
Yeah.
And I kept saying, but when does this stop? You know, what time? You can't keep going to the hairdresser to get your hair all lacquered down so it looks nice.
Right.
And they say it never stops.
No. No.
So
always trade winds. You really don't need a lot of air conditioning out there.
No,
the
it's
temperature is just comfortable.
I think the reason the girls have long hair is because it's easier to manage, because short hair would be impossible, really.
Yeah. Well, the Hawaiian girls have that long black
how beautiful.
hair.
How beautiful.
Anyway, right?
How beautiful. And so tell me about how, if you went from culinary school, which had I known, I would, I need to give Linda Iovino a big thank you,
I love Linda.
Thank you, as Linda brought this gentleman to our program, and wonderful, just wonderful.
Linda is a great accordion player and a budding ukulele player. She's been coming for the group lessons, and she's getting really good. It's pretty funny.
So how did you get from administrative or for hotel management to this? How did that
Well, I got burned out in the hotel business because it's a lot of hours.
A lot of hours, yeah.
It's a lot of stress. It's weekends, it's nights, it's holidays, it's all that stuff.
And you're working for someone else. You're not working for
You're
yourself.
working for someone else. You're at their mercy.
Yeah.
And for a while it was okay. But after 10 years or so, I got burned out of that. And I said, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I need to do something I enjoy. So I went into the music industry, and my first job was actually as the assistant GM of Guitar Center in Arlington Heights.
Did you play?
I did play guitar. I'm a long-time guitar player.
Okay, so
Yes.
this is nothing new to you.
Well, the ukulele is relatively new. The guitar I've been playing since I was 15 or so.
Okay, but I mean, you've got the same kind of keys, the same.
Right.
All right.
It's both.
It's not going from piano to
No.
And
it's really easy to transition from guitar to the ukulele. There's 2 less strings. It's a shorter scale. It's a lot easier.
And so you went into.
So I went to work for Guitar Center because I loved guitars. And I said, okay, I can do this. From there, I got hired by a company in Northbrook called Court Guitars. I was the regional sales manager for them, selling to dealers throughout the country.
You had to travel.
I didn't do traveling. I was the inside guy.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, we had outside guys as well. I was the inside guy.
Because I was going to say you could go right back to Hawaii and sell them the same instrument.
I did have a couple customers out in Hawaii, which were great guys out there. Everybody out there is nice.
Yeah.
So I did deal with a couple guys out there, but no, I didn't get to do any calls on them, unfortunately.
It's got to be the weather that makes them nice like that.
It is. Yeah. It's just the whole aloha spirit
it's
just great out there. So after that, I got hired by a company called Washburn, which is in Mundelein. That's a company that goes back about 100 years,
Wow.
Washburn.
Long time.
And I was the guitar product manager for them. So I dealt with all the factories overseas that made the guitars for us.
Again, didn't have a chance to make a house call in Hawaii?
Well, Most of these factories were in China. I went to China a lot. I went to
Okay.
Japan. I went to Indonesia. I went to Korea. All over Asia
Everywhere,
is where they make it.
but
Right,
back to
right.
the island.
Now,
Okay.
where they make the best ukuleles is in Hawaii. There's no doubt. There's 4Ks that are the companies in Hawaii that everybody refers to as the 4Ks. You have Koaloha, which is this company here. They combine the word koa, which is that wood we were talking about,
Wood, yeah.
and aloha. There's Kanalea, which is the company that replants a koa tree for every ukulele that they sell, which is a great reforestation program that they have. Then there's a company called Kamaka, which has been around for about 100 years in Hawaii. They're the oldest. There's a lot of old Kamakas out there.
And this is all they specialize in is
Just
ukuleles.
ukuleles, yeah. Now I have to tell you, the correct Hawaiian pronunciation is ukulele.
Ukulele.
Ukulele. Uku.
Remember, we
Right?
asked
Yeah.
how.
And
okay.
how that came about
Okay, tell us.
was the instrument originally came over from Portugal in the late 1800s. They had an instrument similar to this. It was called the machete. 4 strings, similar in shape, but a little different. The Hawaiians saw them playing it, and they saw their fingers moving, and they said, that looks like fleas dancing. Now, flea is uku, and lele is dancing. So they combined that ukulele, and that's how ukulele came about. And the Hawaiians took to the ukulele like crazy. They loved it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. One of the kings back in the day was a musician. He was a big fan of the ukulele, and that helped to spread the popularity of the ukulele back in the early 1900s.
The king that was out was
Kamehameha,
Kamehameha,
King
yeah.
Kamehameha.
big statue.
Oh,
Kamehameha.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He was very highly regarded. Yeah.
It's just wonderful memories. It just, it was terrific. I mean, not only is my husband a Shriner and does deeds for the Shriner Hospital, the Children's Burn Unit. We've sponsored many, unfortunately, many children that have needed assistance, and there's never any cost. When you're sponsoring a
Right.
child, there's no
Right.
cost at all. Shriners Hospital is really top notch.
That's great.
Yeah, just top notch.
Yes.
As is Danny Thomas's hospital in Memphis, Tennessee. But
Okay.
the Shriners, that's how I.
Where's
I-
that?
I get to the Shriners is in Illinois, so
okay.
I get to wear this because
That
of
is sharp.
that gentleman
That is sharp.
who was the potentate, and that was wonderful. That trip was wonderful. So, tell us more now that you're established and you play. What can you play just to have us hear?
Well,
little too?
let's go back way before your time to 1925
Well, that's all right.
for this song here. I love playing this one because this was one of my grandma's favorite songs. So it reminds me of her. It goes a little something like this. 5'2", eyes of blue. Oh, what those 5 feet could do. Has anybody seen my gal? A turned up nose, a turned down hose, a flapper, yes sir, one of those. Has anybody seen my gal? If you run into a 5'2", covered in fur, diamond rings, all those things, bet your life that isn't her. But could she woo, could she coo, could she coo? Has anybody seen my girl? And I said, has anybody seen my girl? One more time. And I said, has anybody seen my girl?
Oh, that sounds.
1925, that one was written. 1925.
Now,
Doesn't that sound good?
the sound is
amazing, right?
spectacular.
These ukuleles that they make nowadays, the voice that they have is just incredible.
Wow.
These are the real deals. These are the made in Hawaii ones. These are the nicest ones out there. Now I have one here that is made overseas, but it's equally as gorgeous. Look at this guy here.
Very shiny.
This is
Wow.
made out of a wood called ziricote.
Wow.
Ziricote, ziricote. And this is made by a company called Kala, which is a big ukulele brand. But isn't that gorgeous?
It is.
Yes.
Is the sound comparable to what you're
The
playing?
sound is very nice, yes. It's not quite as nice as the Hawaiian-made one, because this one is made overseas, so it's not quite on the same level of craftsmanship. It doesn't have the same koa wood, which is the traditional Hawaiian wood. But go ahead and hold this. There you go, just like that. Put it up against you. Now I'm going to teach you your very first ukulele chord. You're going to take your ring finger and you're going to put it right there. Yep, just like that.
Okay.
And go ahead and strum all the strings. There you go. That's a C chord right there.
Oh, nice.
You're on your way.
Oh,
You're an ukulele player.
Oh.
You didn't know it.
it's just beautiful.
Isn't
It's
it?
just beautiful.
Yes.
I like the sound on yours better.
I agree.
better.
But
I
it's
mean,
also, I mean, mine's a lot more expensive than this one.
Wow.
So, you know, it's like guitars or cars
it's
or
an
anything else.
investment.
It is an investment, and they really don't lose their value, the quality ones.
Can you trade it in for an upgrade?
Yeah, definitely.
You can do that.
Yeah.
Now, on the line of most expensive, is that
Right.
what you're playing
This
now?
is one of them, yeah. Yeah, these go $1,000-ish if you go out to Hawaii and get them. I mean, they can get up there, you know. Some of the Hawaiian-made ones get well into the thousands of dollars when they get really fancy. And
This is, you really don't even need any backup or a band or anything, because this catches your ear because the melody is so pure, clean, really not tinny sounding.
not tinny sounding at all.
No,
These are very
beautiful.
rich.
Yeah,
They're very
beautiful.
full sounding.
Yeah.
They sustain. And that's the misconception that a lot of people have. A lot of people think of Tiny Tim. Remember Tiny Tim?
I do. Ugh,
Pretty horrible, right? He gave the ukulele a bad name
bad,
because it did
bad
not
look,
sound
bad name,
good.
Bad, oh.
Right. So a lot of people associate it with him. And also, you know, you go to Amazon, there's a lot of people who bought $40 or $50 ukuleles, which is great, it gets them playing, but they don't sound good. And they don't stay in tune. And that discourages people from playing.
Is it something that you buy on a fluke and then you can't play it and you put it in your closet?
A lot of people have put them in their closets. Yeah, just like guitars. You know, a lot of people start out with good intentions,
Yeah.
but
Never.
But the nice thing about the ukulele is you don't have to put in as much time as the guitar or the piano or the violin. To play those instruments, you have to practice. You have to put in some time before you can play some songs. The ukulele, you can be playing songs within an hour. I mean, if you learn C, F, and G, you can play thousands of songs right there just with those three chords. And as you can see, that's a 1-finger chord, that's a 2-finger chord, and that's a 3-finger chord. So it's pretty
There's
simple.
only 4.
Only 4 strings, you just strum them all.
With the guitar, how many strings?
6 strings on the guitar.
Now, why is there a difference of the 2 to the, 6 to the 4? Why?
It's just different instruments. Yeah.
But do they play the same notes? They play the same.
They play the same chords, but a C chord is a C chord.
Yeah.
Whether you play it on a piano, guitar, ukulele, but your hand's gonna be in a different position. A C chord on a guitar is shaped like that, where on a ukulele it's shaped like that. And that's one of the reasons people like it. They only have to use 1 finger.
That's a chord.
And that's F. You can't always get what you want. You can play the whole Rolling Stones song with those 2 chords.
You don't exactly sound like Don Ho, but
Don Ho, Tiny Bubbles,
Tiny
right?
Bubbles.
Did you see Don Ho when you were in Hawaii?
No, we didn't
Okay.
see him at that time.
Yeah.
But his name was all over the place.
Oh, he was it for decades out
yeah,
there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
This, when somebody says, you know, forgive my ukulele.
That's all right. I understand. We're in the Midwest.
we're
People
in the
say
Midwest.
ukulele. They don't understand. I
You
get
know,
that.
It's, you know, you get that feeling that you know, you'd like to play it, and because you're in the moment, and you hear it there, and you know, you're having fun and you're relaxing, and it sounds wonderful.
It's a happy instrument. It makes people happy. That's the beauty of this instrument. They hear it and they feel at ease. You feel like you're in the islands.
Yeah.
You feel the smile just come out. I mean, when you hear the instrument, people smile. And when they play it, same thing. And that's why it's becoming so popular. Did you know that the Highland Park Library has a ukulele program where you can check them out for free?
Well, what do you do with it once you have it?
You get a book, you get a video, you watch YouTube, you learn some chords, you learn some songs, and you come take classes, you take lessons. There's a lot of ukulele groups that are out there, meetup groups that meet there's a group in Highwood that meets every couple of weeks. There's a lot of different ukulele
Anybody
groups.
doing the hula?
There are some hula dancers.
Where, you know, we're missing. If you know how to do the hula,
please
contact us, and Matt will play the music. Play some hula music. What have you got?
We hosted a concert a couple of weeks ago. It was at Jens Jensen Park, right across the street from our store. And we had about 10 different ukulele acts play throughout the day. And the last act was the Nakapuna Club. And this is a group of senior ladies who all wore the same matching long Hawaiian dresses. For the first half, they all played and sang. And then for the second half, the band stayed and played, and all the ladies did the hula.
Danced.
And it was about 15 ladies. It's just so graceful, the hula. You know. So they had the Hawaiian band behind them and all the ladies dancing. We ended it by, they formed a big circle with everybody holding hands and singing along. It was a perfect ending to a great day.
Wow, that's outstanding.
It really is.
You know, people ask or wonder, what can they do for something different and original? This is very original.
This is, and a lot of people, actually a lot of seniors are starting to pick it up because they're looking for something to do.
Yeah.
And they're realizing that it's not that hard. A lot of senior centers are actually starting to get ukuleles to teach as well. Yeah. Because it keeps your fingers going, it keeps your brain going.
Yeah.
And like I said, you don't have to put in that much time to be able to play some songs. And sadly, people don't have the attention spans that they used to. And they don't.
You know, I'm going to tell you something. I really appreciate musical instruments, and Linda Iovino and her beautiful accordion.
Yes.
I mean, she's outstanding to begin with,
Yes.
but the contact, one-on-one, the human quality. I'm a person that likes people. I like conversation. I like contact. But this modern day and age, you know, it's all mechanical, technical, more mechanical instrument than playing musical instrument. And that kind of takes away the humanity, because anybody can push a button and
takes away the authenticity.
For sure. For
Songs nowadays are recorded in different parts of the world. I mean, you might record a part here, and then a part in Japan, and a part in Australia, and then they're all mixed together.
Yeah.
It's not like the old days where they all got in the same room,
And
played together, and felt the vibe of each other.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you made a mistake, you all had to do it again.
That's right.
Nowadays, you just go, bloop, and they take it away. Right. Or they overdub it, or if that person can't hit that note, they make them hit that note.
Yeah.
You know. So a lot of the magic is lost in the music today, sadly. But there are still a lot of good players out there. There's still a lot of people with their instruments and their voices doing a lot of good things.
What other what other tunes could you play? You
Well, let's see.
that would sound like, a regular tune. I mean,
Oh, I could do a lot of regular tunes like Beatles stuff. I'm sure you know this one.
oh yeah, John Lennon.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, 2 chords. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people sharing all the world.
That's lovely. I mean, you can really get lost in that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely. That's one of
your
the first
mind
songs I
just-
learned when I picked this
your
up.
mind just flows
It does.
with it. That's lovely. That's lovely.
Here's a little bit of an old Hawaiian song. I wanna go back to my little grass shack in Kekelakaku, Hawaii. I wanna be with all the kane and wahinis that I knew long ago. I can hear the old guitars are playing at the beach at Hold Out Now. I can hear the old Hawaiian saying, I'm gonna not to kokamake tete maka walake I won't be long till my ship will be sailing back to Kona. A brand new place that's always fair to see. I'm just a little Hawaiian and a homesick island boy. I wanna go back to my fish and poi. I wanna go back to my little grass shack in Kekelakaku, Hawaii, where the humu humu numu nuku aku wapa go swimming by. Where the humu humu nuku nuku wapa wapa go swimming by.
As you're playing that, I'm thinking of these girls dancing.
Right.
That when they did that, it was
Yes.
just beautiful. I mean, this takes you completely away from trouble, stress,
Yes.
whatever. I
Yes.
mean,
We need some more aloha in the Chicagoland area.
oh baby, you
Much
better believe
needed aloha. That's what we're trying to do at Aloha
And
City.
how,
Is
and
spread some
how.
more aloha because
And
everybody who
how.
plays
That's
this
beautiful.
instrument is kind. That's the beautiful thing
that's
about the
beautiful.
ukulele community. Everybody is nice.
That's beautiful. You don't ever go on tour or anything, or did you ever go on tour?
I've been working as a musician for a long time. I pretty much just play locally.
Yeah.
I do an acoustic duo called the Acoustic Generation with a girl and I. We both play and sing, and we play hundreds of songs. We play all over the place, all the time.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's fun.
Does your wife?
My wife just started to play. I just got her one for Mother's
really?
Day. My daughter, who's 10 years old, has been playing for a few years now.
Oh, okay.
And she's getting pretty
This
good.
is good.
She can
Okay.
play a lot of songs.
Okay,
Yeah,
see,
so that's
yeah.
encouraging. We like to play together, which is fun.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So hopefully she'll carry it on.
That will be good. Usually, I'm gonna just make a comment about musical instruments because we like to encourage all to take musical instruments. It, like I say, it relieves stress. Takes you to a whole nother place and relaxes the body, relaxes the mind. Some people go to spas, which are good, but if you were a musical person or so inclined to be, the music is the tonality is what you're looking for that ultimate relaxation. I like the Bach, Beethoven, Chopin. I like the long-haired stuff. I don't think
Nice.
you can play that on any.
You can. I personally can't,
See?
but some
Well,
people can.
Okay.
Yes, you can play
okay.
classical stuff
Yeah,
on the ukulele.
the classicals
Absolutely.
are beautiful.
We
Yeah.
just had a gentleman by the name of Jake Shimabukuro, who is he's the most famous ukulele player on the planet. He's very influential. He's done instrumental versions of songs that are just amazing. He was one of the first viral videos when YouTube first came out in its infancy. He did a video of him playing While My Guitar Gently Weeps by the Beatles, an instrumental version he came up with, and it was one of the first viral videos, and it got him.
Took off.
Yeah, it took off, and now he's touring all over the country just with his ukulele. He doesn't even sing. That's the amazing thing.
Wow.
He's such an amazing player that he can just do concerts with just this one instrument, and the stuff that he does is mind-blowing.
That is really outstanding. Because, you know, you've got saxophone players, you've got cellists,
Yeah.
you've got violinists, you've got pianists, you've got, you know, but this really falls like in a area unto itself.
It does.
I mean, you don't find this in an orchestra. You don't find this in a band.
Not really.
You don't
no.
find this, you know, in any modern day kind of clique or whatever. You know, this is by itself because the music that comes from it, you really don't need any backup side or anything. Maybe singing, but no other. You don't need a you know, drum or trumpet
Not really,
or whatever.
no. That's what people like about it is they can accompany themselves
It's
easily
beautiful.
with it.
It
you
is.
know? And you can ride your bike to the park with it on your shoulder. You know, it's super portable. I take mine everywhere.
It's a backpack.
It is. Yeah. And they make smaller ones. You know, there's 4 different sizes of ukuleles.
Oh, good.
You have the little guy, which is a soprano.
Yeah.
Then you have one called the concert, which is a little bigger. And then you have what I have here, which is called a tenor ukulele.
Oh.
These are the most popular ukuleles. And then you have one a little bigger called a baritone. But that is tuned like a guitar. It's tuned differently. So it's sort of a different animal. But most people like these tenor ukuleles because they have this nice full sound, right? They have a big body. They have a longer scale, so it's a little easier to put your fingers on there.
It's so mellow.
See if you can name this song. That's Stairway to Heaven there.
Beautiful.
It just rings out, the notes are so clear.
Can you play classical gas?
Oh, I wish I could.
Oh,
No.
that's
I'll have to learn that
wonderful.
one, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that would sound good on this.
That would sound beautiful.
It would.
Because the sound is so mellow, rich, rich.
Almost
sound.
violin-like. And you know, I'm right next door to Field Violin, Jerry Field. He's been over on Roger Williams for 30 years now.
Oh my God.
And I'm right next door to him, and I love it. You know, he comes by, we play together all the time, and he's been there doing violin stuff for decades.
How can you? But how does it even sound, a duet with a violin?
Oh, it sounds great. We play over at the Food Truck Thursday. We go over there and we plug in and do our duo, and yeah, it's great.
Oh, this is outstanding.
It's a powerful little instrument.
It is.
Yeah,
You
people
know,
are starting to realize
It's
that.
very nondescript, short, small. I mean, no.
Right.
But it packs a wallop in sound and music.
Yeah.
Sound and tone. So wonderful. So
And visually, I mean, just to look at it, I mean, that's a piece of art right there.
that is.
When you're not.
What type of wood? I'm
This
sorry,
is
man.
Ziricote. Ziricote, yeah. There's all sorts of different woods that they make ukuleles out of them. Koa is one of the most popular. That's for the higher end ones. Mahogany is a popular wood.
Wow.
Maple. I mean, at the
Maple,
store.
really?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we have them made out of cedar wood, maple wood, mango wood.
But which is the? Is it the density of the wood that makes the sound?
Yep. Some woods are good tone woods, like koa, like mahogany. Some woods are not. You can't make ukuleles out of pine. You can't make them out of a lot of different types of trees. but there are certain.
You can't make it out of a coconut tree.
No, sadly.
That's not going to work.
That would be cool, a coconut ukulele, yes. Maybe you're onto something there.
Oh, I don't know. Well, if it works, try it. Let's, you know.
Right. Now, George Harrison of the Beatles was a huge ukulele fan.
This I did not know.
Big collector.
Oh, really?
I have a letter at the store that he wrote about the ukuleles, and he talks about how everybody should get one, and it's the most fun instrument out there.
It is.
He says some are made out of wood and some are made out of armadillos, he said.
Oh, good grief.
Which I haven't seen one of those yet, but
No,
maybe. But yeah, the Beatles, Paul McCartney, he still plays one in his concert today. He pulls out the ukulele and he plays something in the way she moves attracts me like no other lover. Something in the way she woos me. I don't want to leave her now. You know I believe in how.
How do you memorize all these notes on there and come up with that? I mean, you know.
I don't memorize all of them. I mean, I know.
But I mean, the majority of it, somebody's just taking this. How could you?
There's different apps that you can use nowadays that show you all the chords and all the notes for the music that are really easy to follow along with. So I use one of those. I have my iPad. It's got thousands of songs in there. So any song I want to play, if I can't remember it, I can pull it up, which is great nowadays. You used to have to bring your old book with you with all the songs in there and thumb through and try to find it. And if you had new songs, you had to add them. And if you didn't have it in there, you were out of luck. Now you can look it up if you don't have it. And if you know how the song goes, you can fake it.
A little bit.
Yeah, that's what we do. But yeah, it takes time to learn that stuff and get it into your brain. But if you love the song, you'll remember it.
Like I mentioned before about it's very nondescript because it's mainly the wood. But what about the ones that are heavily inlaid? What does the sound? How does that reverberation?
It doesn't change the sound that much. The inlay work that's done is done in places where it doesn't really affect the sound. Most of the sound is generated from this is called the top of the ukulele right here. This is called the soundboard. So this is the most important piece on the ukulele. The best ones are made out of solid woods, just like furniture. The best furniture is solid wood, not laminated. The inexpensive ukuleles are laminated woods, which is okay, but the solid wood ones have a better tone. They're going to sound better over time.
And the opening, is it better if it's smaller or larger?
Not particularly. This is the traditional sound hole. This is what they call in Hawaii the musubi sound hole. In Hawaii,
it doesn't look even.
Right. They have a dish called spam musubi. They eat the most spam anywhere in Hawaii. They love their spam out there. You go into the convenience store, they have all these little spam things on the counter, and people eat them up like crazy. We think of it as,
That's the after effects.
Exactly.
Okay.
But it's big out there. But that's what this is called. It's called the musubi sound hole. It's a little different shape.
And that the sound or the melody comes from that?
Well, not this hole. No, it comes from the bracing inside of the ukulele. Yeah. They're all built a little differently. All the builders have their own specs and their own designs. There's a guy in Glenview that's building high-end ukuleles called Mayamo Ukuleles. I just met this gentleman. He makes very cool stuff right over there in Glenview.
Is this all by hand? Nothing is factory made?
All by hand. He gets the wood.
One by one by one by one.
Yeah.
Are they special order?
They're special order, yeah. Yeah. He's building one for one of my instructors right now that's going to be completed out of koa wood like this. And I went and visited him last week. He does everything by hand. This is very time-consuming work.
Yeah.
This is very fragile wood. You have to heat this wood and bend these curves into this, which is not easy because you can easily crack this wood. And if you do that, you're back to the drawing board, right? You just wasted your money. So it's not easy to construct these. It takes months typically to make these. You know.
How old is yours, Matt?
Mine was made in 2010, so mine's about 10
19
years old.
10 years old, yeah.
That's about when I fell in love with the ukulele. This was actually originally my mother-in-law's in Hawaii. We were out visiting her, and like I said, I was in the guitar business. I used to go to all these guitar factories. So I was telling my wife and mother-in-law, I said, I'm going to go visit this ukulele factory. I want to see what they're doing over there. You know? And my mother-in-law goes in her closet and pulls this out. And she said, I tried it for a little while. It only had 3 strings on it at the time. It was missing one. And I strummed it and went, oh my goodness, I had never played a real ukulele before. I was in love instantly, right? So the next morning I run down to the music store, buy a new set of strings, and I've played it every day since.
How long did she have that?
She had it only for a year or so. She tried to play for a little while, then kind of threw in the towel.
Did she buy it new, or did she buy it
Yeah,
used?
she bought it out in Hawaii. Yeah, she took lessons for a little while.
Oh.
And then she put it in the closet.
See?
And then I came over.
That's where everything winds up.
Yeah,
in
they
the
do.
Closet.
I came over, fell in love with it. I said, you got to sell it to me. I have to have it. And she said, take it. I said, amazing. So I still went over to the factory and visited with the people and got the tour.
Wow.
Amazing people, great family. It's a small family-run business. You know, they'll take you through the whole operation. You can see all the labor that goes into making these beautiful instruments.
About how many a day do they put out? I mean, what is
Not many. This factory here probably makes 10 a day, maybe.
10 a day?
Yeah, not a lot. It's not a huge factory. And a lot of tourists go out there and they go through the factory and they take the
how
tours.
Exciting, yeah. Is that on Oahu or is
It's on
it?
Oahu, yeah.
Oahu.
This is in Honolulu, this company is. Yeah. I highly recommend it if you go out to Hawaii to take a tour of the ukulele factories. You'll be enlightened. You might even start playing.
Are you daring me? Is this
You'd be surprised how many people, retired people, are starting to play now.
Well, it's easy to take with you. I mean,
It is.
you know.
And it's, like I said, it's easy to learn. That's a C chord. Who can't do that? It's one finger. That's an F chord. The only thing you have to do is trim your nails a little bit on your left hand.
Yeah.
So small sacrifices for the ladies have to be made. But other than that, anybody can play. A lot of schools are starting to teach the ukulele as well, which is great. Ravinia School has 30 of them over there. They teach it over there.
Now, see, that's different. That's different. I mean, when I had the kids in band or whatever, one daughter took up, because she was in the marching band, she took up the clarinet.
Yeah. Which is
son-
difficult.
Yeah, it is difficult.
Yeah.
So we got her the clarinet, and then my other son took, he was in orchestra, he took up violin, and then the other kids, everybody, one son took up the guitar. I mean, everybody played something.
Yeah.
Piano, and so, but you know, then it was all after they got a little older and teenage, and then they dropped it.
Yeah.
The piano doesn't fit in the closet.
No. The piano gets dropped by 90% of it.
I still have the same piano that my parents bought for me when I was 9 years old.
Wow.
That was 100 years ago.
Right.
And I don't even think Kimball is still in business
They
anymore.
are, I believe. Yeah.
And blonde wood, it's beautiful. But nobody, goes to play it. But my daughter still plays her clarinet.
Oh, wow.
So that's good.
That is good.
I mean, she was out there in the marching band, from Highland Park, and she enjoyed it immensely.
Was she in the parade?
She was, well, not, this is not now, it's
Right.
not recent, but,
Right.
oh, yeah. I mean, you can't take a piano out in a marching parade. You can't, this you can do. Everybody used to push years ago, piano, piano, piano.
Right,
But
absolutely. I want to start a group of ukulele players for next year's parade.
That would be
That's my
nice.
plan, yeah. And we're forming a little community over there at Aloha City, so I think it's going to happen.
I think they'd like to see the girls dance. Yeah, but
Absolutely.
that would be good, too. I mean,
Yeah,
that's,
they
that's
would
a
have
good
to have,
introduction.
yes, have them in front
Let
of
them-
us.
That's right. You're
Yes.
seeing the girls,
Right.
but listen to the music.
That's
See?
right, see?
What calls the wild beast, the music or watching the girls?
Both. Win-win, right?
Oh yeah, it's a
Yes.
double win, absolutely. Play some more, Matt.
All right.
I'm intoxicated by it. I'm intoxicated by it.
Let's see here. What should we play? Do you want to try playing again?
No. I would never take your time. You are the expert, not I. So you play the beautiful music.
Here's a little instrumental, Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. Isn't that a beautiful instrument?
I'm telling you, I'm intoxicated with this.
Yes. That's what most people don't realize, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to let people know that the ukulele is a real instrument, and once you play a real one, you'll realize that. I never realized it until I played it. I've been to many factories and I've seen many cheap ukuleles, and they never really kept my interest at all. They sounded terrible, they didn't stay in tune, so I didn't consider it a real instrument. Once I strummed one of these, I went, oh, okay, that is a real instrument. But most people don't know that because you have to go to Hawaii to play these. Yeah. I just learned this one this morning. See if you can guess this. Hold on.
The TV show, that's right. Oh my God.
So if you're waiting for somebody to answer a question? Just break out your ukulele.
And the answer is, see? That's excellent. Yeah,
Yes, very fun instrument.
it is.
Don Ho, he was the Tiny Bubbles guy.
Tiny bubbles.
How did that go? Tiny bubbles in the wine makes me happy, makes me feel fine. Tiny bubbles make me warm all over with the feeling that I'm gonna love you till the end of time. With the feeling that I'm gonna love you till the end of time. That's a little Don Ho special right
I'm
there.
telling you, this. I'm just so. I just want to keep more and more because the melody, the sound,
Yes.
the sound. I enjoy so much the sound. It is so relaxing. It's not like, oh, it's going to be tinny or it's going to be, you know, it's from the little plastic ones.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
This is.
Yeah. These are game changers, is what I call them, because it changes people's perception of the instrument. You know, I mean, once you hear that, you just can't deny that.
How could you?
Anything. You can play blues.
It's not B.B. King.
No, it's not.
And it's not Elvis Presley.
No.
But, Matt, it is stunning.
It's a lot of fun. It really is. And there's a lot you can do with these instruments. I've just begun. I'm not even that good at it yet. I'm hoping to get good at it someday.
You sound, I mean, more professional than you think that you think you're not. You are, because it's enjoyable to listen.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, this hour is almost gone. I can't believe.
Oh, is it already? Yeah,
I can't believe that. I love to hear you play. I love to hear the sound of that ukulele. That is stunning. Too bad that the Discovery Hour doesn't, you know, have. I like to watch Discovery Channel.
Love it.
More of the, you know, I can see now the mountaintops and the, you know, with the fog hanging over and whatever, but to show how these instruments are made, and they're there. So what other instruments other than this would Hawaii be known for? Nothing
This
else?
is pretty much it.
I mean, nothing on a drum or anything like that.
No, I mean, they have a lot of big drums and stuff, but nothing that's really specific that I know of to Hawaii. They're really known for these guys.
You know, nothing like the bongos, or, I mean, that's...
No. I think that's more Spanish, maybe? I don't know, to tell you the truth. I don't think it's...
probably from, I want to say Costa Rica, but not. Maybe Cuba. Cuba's got the bongos.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like every country has its own instrument that it's known for.
Yeah.
Now
America still makes the best guitars.
the guitars.
No question. Yeah.
The Gibson is a Gibson.
Gibson is a great brand. Yeah, that's an American brand that's been around for a long time. Martin has been around since 1833 in Pennsylvania.
That's before my time.
1833.
Even though I feel like 1833, but that's...
and some of those, what they call pre-war Martins, the ones from 1920s, those are going for tens of thousands of dollars now. Wow. Some of them are 6 figures plus, highly collectible.
Could you see Elvis Presley on one of these things?
Oh, Elvis was a ukulele player, definitely.
Really?
Yeah.
What could he play?
He's been to Hawaii. There's pictures of him playing the ukulele. You know, he had Blue Hawaii. He had all those movies. I have a little doll in the front window of the store with Elvis, an old vintage Elvis doll holding the ukulele with a lei around him. Yeah.
He's vintage any way you look at it.
Yes.
A doll or not doll, but...
Elvis, let's see, you can do Wise Man, Wise Man. I forgot how it goes. Can't help falling in love. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. I butchered it.
No,
That one I'd have to look up. I can't remember.
That even sounds nice, just
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Just, ooh, this is so nice.
I'm glad that you have been enlightened about the ukulele and you
and
realize that
how-
it's now a real instrument.
It is indeed. It's not a toy.
Definitely not.
It's not a toy. It's beautiful. So nice, so nice. I don't even want to converse. I just want to listen. Really, I mean, when you can do that, I mean, you don't even have to say to anybody, "Quiet, we're going to have someone play now." No, no, no.
Right.
It's just they hear the music, they like the sound. They'll be quiet. Like when Linda was playing at the library, her guitar. I mean, her accordion,
Right.
and the tenor was singing. We loved him, but I like to hear her play.
Yeah.
She is so accomplished. Oh my. But that's something that when you start little and you
Yeah.
build up to, so that gives you confidence. It gives you
But even Linda, who was an accomplished accordion player,
Very
fell in love with the ukulele and now wants to be a good ukulele player. Jerry Field, my next door
yeah.
neighbor, the violin player, very accomplished violin player, he also loves the ukulele and has been dabbling with it a little bit.
See?
So even other accomplished musicians are seeing the power of the ukulele and wanting to participate in it. It's a beautiful thing.
Well, I think we need you to play us going out.
Okay, we can do that.
So just keep playing. We want to thank you all for watching and have a pleasant evening, a very safe week, and see you next week on North Shore Live, Cooper's Corner. And I hope you enjoyed this evening's program as much as I and Matt Cantlon, wonderful, wonderful, accomplished player. We want to thank him so very much, and hope you enjoyed. This music is lovely.
Thanks for having me, Bev. It's been fun.
Takes you to the island.
Yes, it does. You ready to go?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
I'm ready. I'm not packing any bags.
We don't need anything. This is all we
I'll buy
need.
what I need there. This is beautiful.